Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we will be looking at Peterson and Peterson's 1959 study into the duration of short-term memory, which you need to know for AQA A-level psychology in the subtopic of memory. I hope you enjoy this video and find it helpful. Let's get started. Peterson and Peterson aimed to investigate the duration of short-term memory, STM, and how information retention is affected by the absence of rehearsal. Peterson and Peterson conducted a study using a sample of college students. Participants were presented with a trigram, three-letter combinations e.g. XQJ or TGH. Immediately after seeing the trigram, participants were asked to count backwards in threes from a specified number, e.g., 100, 97, 94, for a set period. This counting task was designed to prevent rehearsal of the trigram. The time intervals for counting backwards varied among 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18 seconds. After the counting task, participants were asked to recall the trigram. Peterson and Peterson found that the ability to recall the trigrams declined significantly as the interval increased. After 3 seconds, approximately 80% recall accuracy. After 6 seconds, recall accuracy decreased. After 18 seconds, recall accuracy dropped to about 10%. Peterson and Peterson concluded that short-term memory has a very limited duration when rehearsal is prevented, typically around 15 to 30 seconds. This demonstrated the transient nature of information stored in short-term memory and contributed to the understanding of memory processes. Peterson and Peterson's study has several strengths and limitations. A strength of Peterson and Peterson's study is that it has high control over extraneous variables, which enhances the reliability of the results. The researchers employed a standardized procedure, ensuring that all participants were subjected to the same conditions during the experiment. For instance, they used a fixed duration for the retention interval and a consistent method for presenting stimuli, which minimizes the influence of outside factors that could affect memory performance. By controlling these variables, the study can more accurately attribute any observed effects on memory recall to the manipulated independent variable, rather than to fluctuations in participant behavior or environmental conditions. This is a strength because it suggests that the findings of the study are more credible and can be generalized to a wider population. The high control over extraneous variables means that the results are less likely to be influenced by external factors, which enhances the confidence in the conclusions drawn about memory processes. This controlled environment allows researchers to pinpoint the specific effects of the independent variable on memory recall, making the study's implications more reliable and applicable to understanding memory in various contexts. A strength of Peterson and Peterson's study is that it can be easily replicated, which is crucial for verifying the reliability of research findings. The standardized procedures used in the study, including the specific tasks, timing, and instructions, allow other researchers to follow the same methodology. This means that different teams can conduct the experiment under similar conditions to see if they achieve the same results. Replication helps to confirm the original findings and strengthens the evidence for the conclusions drawn about short-term memory. If multiple studies yield consistent results, it increases confidence in the validity of the theory being tested. Moreover, the ability to replicate the study also contributes to the scientific community's understanding of memory processes and can lead to further investigations that build upon the original research. This is a strength because it suggests that the findings can be trusted and are not just a one-time occurrence. The ease of replication allows for a broader examination of the results across different samples and settings, reinforcing the idea that the conclusions about short-term memory are robust. When various studies produce similar outcomes, it enhances the credibility of the research and supports the development of theories related to memory processes. Ultimately, this contributes to a deeper understanding of how memory works and the factors that influence it. A limitation of Peterson and Peterson's study is that it lacks ecological validity, meaning that the findings may not be applicable to real-world situations. The study was conducted in a controlled laboratory environment where participants were asked to memorize trigrams and then perform a distraction task. This artificial setting does not reflect how memory is used in everyday life, where people often remember more complex information and are influenced by various external factors. In real-life scenarios, memory tasks are usually more meaningful and context-rich, which can enhance recall. Because the study's conditions are so far removed from typical memory tasks, it raises questions about whether the results can be generalized to how memory functions outside of the lab. This is a limitation because it suggests that the conclusions drawn from the study may not accurately reflect how memory operates in everyday situations. The lack of ecological validity indicates that the findings could be influenced by the artificial nature of the experimental environment, which fails to capture the complexities and nuances of real-life memory tasks. As a result, the applicability of the research to practical scenarios is questionable, limiting its overall significance in understanding memory processes. A limitation of Peterson and Peterson's study is that it lacks mundane realism, meaning that the tasks participants were asked to perform do not closely resemble activities they encounter in daily life. In the study, participants memorized trigrams in a highly controlled laboratory setting, which is not reflective of how people typically use memory in more natural contexts. Everyday memory tasks often involve recalling meaningful information, such as names, events, or experiences, rather than random strings of letters. This lack of connection to real-world memory tasks raises concerns about the applicability of the findings. If the tasks do not mimic real-life situations, then the results may not provide an accurate representation of how memory functions outside of the laboratory. This is a limitation because it suggests that the conclusions drawn from the study may not be applicable to how memory works in everyday life. The lack of mundane realism indicates that the tasks used in the study do not reflect the complexity and meaningfulness of real-life memory tasks, which could lead to an oversimplified understanding of memory processes. As a result, the findings might not accurately represent how individuals recall information in more familiar and context-rich situations. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Bye.